I didn't really have a lot of time this morning, but I raked some leaves up for these new pineapple guavas we planted yesterday. Number 2 and 3 and 4. Remember, we planted these guys in the same hole yesterday. Hopefully that'll help them with water retention, at least until we get like some small like post-mycorrhizal beds around. We're starting to get some of our hidden ginger here. I don't think we had any come out last year, the flowers. For whatever reason, weird weather, stress, they just leafed out without flowering, which is very strange. I don't think they've ever done that before. But now we're starting to get some flowers. This is a very good sign. Our KSU Atwood pawpaw is starting to leaf out. At least one of the grafts. The other one, had some bottom growth underneath the grafts, so that's a bad sign. It still could possibly, leaf out, but as long as this guy here survives, we have it. Whoa, that's one of the biggest dewberries I've ever seen. You found it too, JJ, didn't you?
Yep.
Is that a record-setting dewberry?
No.
It is another morning. We dug this really large loquat from the ground that was like butting against a home. We damaged some of the bark doing it, so we don't know if this is going to make it or not. We're going to just put it in a pot, keep it well watered. It's a bad time of the year because it's so hot, and it's going to be 90 today already. Again, it's not even June yet. If it somehow does okay, then we'll have something to give away or something. Still no sign of the hollyhocks or the caladiums coming out. Look at these variegated leaves of these canna lilies, though. Very pretty. This is another morning where, we got a little bit of wind, and, the elderberry flowers are really filling the air full of sweet, scented smells. It smells really good. That frog is still in the same spot. Right on this taro here. I guess he loves it here. It's really been rutting in these old logs here. Armadillo or something just destroying them. This was a log like 3 days ago, and now it's just something is just like I don't know if they're eating bugs in there or what they're doing. Boy, I found a passion fruit here. These guys seem to form pretty fast after blooming. I think this is the purple possum. And it's fixing to bloom again. See, there's a bloom head, there's a bloom head. There's a small one right there. So yesterday when we were out all the way in the back of our property, heard something scrambling over there in that corner. Didn't see it initially, but when we got to the area, I seen deer running across the other person's property over there. At least one, maybe more. So they're back again. Check that out. Sweet potato blooming. These are all things that we planted a year ago or more that are coming back. A lot of people don't think of sweet potatoes as like a perennial, especially in like zone 8B to 9A. It shifts around, but microclimates or certain areas or mild winter times, they come back. There's a dragonfly on the pineapple guava. This is the one that's been drooping a lot, so we did that really deep watering, and we mulched it a day or so before with leaves and pine needles, and it looks so much better already. We just have to keep an eye on those guys and make sure they don't get too droopy, especially as the summer heat kicks in next month, and just do a slow draining deep water, of each one if we have to do it every day. Some people are saying they're already watering twice a day. Some people are watering 2 or 3 times a week. So let's check out that chestnut that's blooming at like 1 to 2 years of age. Still got the little bloom heads here. Got some new growth here. This is the blueberry shrub bush that I guess birds planted many years ago. Probably from fruits that came from a local blueberry farm. The birds ate them, flew a few miles down the road and pooped the seeds out, and it became a blueberry tree. So this is our champagne mango seeds here that we've been drying out for a little while. We're going to go ahead and put them all in one pot, and aren't even going to label them, because when they come up, we'll know what they are. These guys are polymorphic, which means they come true to seed, and a lot of people would cut the seed out of the hull, but they will eventually just throw a root out of the hull or hard casing or whatever you want to call these guys, and they should sprout. Got them in that bucket, and we're bottom watering them for a while. Hopefully in a couple months we'll see some sprouts. So we're finally getting some growth in the cherry of Rio Grande there. It's probably doubled its size over the last month or so after it started warming up, but it's still a really tiny plant, maybe 10 inches high, 11. Hopefully we get a lot of good growth over the next couple years, so we don't have to put a pole or something to mark it under all these weeds here. Let's see how many of these greenhouse nursery pineapple guavas we have left to plant. One here, another one here, and one more there. So I guess we only have 3 left to plant. So the sun, the heat has been scorching so many of our plants that we decided to move a lot of them over here to our really heavy shaded area. Even our roses, you know, we'll water the roses, and a few hours later, by the end of the day, the soil is dry, the roses are turning brown, the leaves and stuff falling off and black. So we're going to have to move all these back into the shade. We were hoping to do like a rose garden 2.0, but I don't think that's going to happen this season. So let's hope we can protect everything this season, and then see where season 3 takes us with the roses. Had to move these impatiens here to super shady area. You can see how droopy they look. These guys survived most of the freezes and frost we had, you know, this winter, and we only took them in like the 2 coldest nights or so. So they were looking good until the last week or so when they got scorched so bad. Over here, the roses, where I've been like bottom soaking them and soaking the buckets. This is like half of our rainwater reserves have been used because of how scorchy and hot and dry it's been. Let's hope we can revive these guys and have them happy until next year. Well, it's another day, another morning, and I'm seeing these potato flowers actually in bloom. So another day, and we had this game come in for the PS5 a few days ago. Labyrinth of Galleria, the Moon Society. This is a sequel to Labyrinth of Refrain. And check it out, it's got a reversible cover too, which is kind of cool. You actually got some screenshots on the other side. Don't know if we can focus in there. So it's been several days since I've done any videoing, and you know, it's just hectic here and all that good stuff. Kind of came to the realization that, you know, instead of giving you guys just sparse content and trying to push out videos every day or two, it might be better that, you know, we give you just less videos and more actual content when we do upload them. I've been just watering these pineapple guavas a little bit before going back inside. And it looks like our original pineapple guavas are pretty much, for the most part, done blooming. So we're gonna see, you know, we got, you know, I don't know, 50, 75 blooms this year, only like 4 or 5 last year. Let's see if any of these planted in the same hole will actually have pollinated themselves. It's okay if they don't. I think I talked a few weeks back on one of either the garden blog or the raised age wood chip alternative bed videos about, you know, what if we kind of aren't able to finish what we wanted to do, like our list of projects, including stuff we have, you know, plants and trees we have in pots that haven't been planted. It would suck, you know, not getting this stuff done, because we got to wait basically almost a year before cool weather comes again, and you know, the freezing weather's gone and we can plant again. That doesn't mean we can't work on the beds between now and then, but once it gets so hot and the mosquitoes are so bad and the flooding is so bad, we just, we're not going to be able to do much. Fun stuff, the productive stuff is buying plants or propagating plants, planting those plants, harvesting crops from those plants. The kids decided to get in the dirty garden trailer, didn't you, JJ? Mm-hmm. Wave to the people, JJ.
Hey.
Wave, Jonathan.
Hey.
That's not a wave.